How much is enough? How you doing, guys? Professor EDC with another BLADE-OSOPHY Sunday, and today's topic: how much is enough? We got a fistful of Spydercos here. Wonderful, wonderful brand. One of my favorite brands, and as you can see, I've had other models, but this is what I have right now, and I'm always trying to cut back on knives, on folders, and there you have it. I'm trying to cut back, always trying to cut back, because there's just so many wonderful things out there. But that's the thing. I don't know about you, but in my case, it's very easy to accumulate. Now, one thing is to accumulate, and then another thing is to collect. Now, accumulating, anyone can do that. Collecting is a whole different thing, though it might not seem so. There are huge differences about it, but let's not mix things right now. I will talk about that later on and make it clear the difference between accumulating and collecting, which is pretty simple if you think about it. But the thing is, how much is enough? As you can see here, let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 Spydercos. 10 Spydercos, and I've had many others, and I've had to let go of them, and I wish I could bring back, for example, the Capara. I love the Capara, and I would love to check out the military, and well, whatnot, so many others. But one thing is to try out, I can try, and this I've done in the past, to bring in a certain model. Oh, and I have another one of these Enduras at the workshop, the VG10 one. This is in, there you go, K390. Love that steel. But anyways, and I'm not sure if I have another Spyderco at the workshop. But anyways, we try out something. I try out something, a certain model, and though I may really, really like the model, as it happened with the Capara, I had to let it go because, I had to keep on exploring, keep on trying, and just try out what was out there. Try out different steels, different designs, different collaborations. For example, talking about collaborations. This is the Gail Bradley oh man, I totally blanked out there. I was Brad Southard. Sometimes I get confused, but I blanked out right there. That was horrible. Anyways, gorgeous models, right? Collaborations. Not only that, but if you think about, I love this steel. This is one of my favorite steels. M4. Yeah, I would definitely definitely love to change these covers for my Carta, but then again, I am not sure I'm gonna be able to keep this. You know, I've had it for some time, and I appreciate that. It's mine, but you know, I have to keep on going. I have to keep on learning, and the learning process is an expensive process, right? It's not like I gotta separate that which is going to stay in the collection for a longer period of time and that which is might go at some point. Now, for example, the Enduras. I have two Enduras, one in VG10, the other in K390. I switched the covers, the handles, from the usual, what is it, kind of blue, for the K390 to this camo, which I like better. So I switched those, and so the K390 is now wearing this camo handles. And this is the one that I'm gonna keep, and the VG10, I've had my fun, my learning experience with the VG10, and you know, gotta let it go. And same thing happened with the Capara. The Capara, there was a thing. It has a small detail in my hand that I have large hands, and sometimes with the carbon fiber and the compression lock, it didn't help me grab onto it, and so it kind of slipped a couple of times, and I didn't like that. But man, do I like that knife. And I like it with the carbon fiber handles. The other ones I've seen, I really don't like how it looks. You know, I think that the original ones, perhaps an improvement on the steel, and not even that. I'll take it as it is. It's a really, really nice knife. But again, following with the question, how much is enough? And so I know the Shaman is going to be one of those models that is going to last till the end. If not the one, being this one, the one Spyderco that lasts till the end. It's such a good model. Yeah, I really enjoy the PM2. Strangely enough, because you know it's one of those Spydercos that it's kind of hard to get used to. At least for me, it has been that. But and so here I am with this bunch of Spydercos that are still in my collection. The Mule in Magna Cut. This one is going to stay. I sent out for this my Carta handles to be done exactly how I wanted them to be done, with those red liners, and it's such a good everyday carry knife. Very comfortable, great steel, great heat treatment by Spyderco, and so you know, it's just gonna be one of those that stays. Then we go with the Spidey Chef, one that I use a lot. Love this blade shape. So, a matter of fact, that small deep cut was made today by the Spidey Chef. I was cooking some hot sauce today. The Brad Southard, you know, this one I'm always having to battle it out because I love the design so much. And yet there are those few things, there are two things that I really dislike about the knife. But all in all, it's such a great model, such a great design, that I still have it. It has, you know, stayed in the collection. Also the Manix. The Manix is one of those I really, really like. Particularly in this Maximet. I love how Maximet patinas. And so, I'm always also between the PM2 and the Manix, which is better for me, which is the best for me. And you know, sometimes 2 out of 3 days I believe it's the Manix, and then I grab on to the PM2 and I give it a shot, and it turns out that I might choose the PM2. And so they are still, as you can see, both of them are still in the collection, so they are still battling it out. The native, I had them native in Maximet, loved that thing, but had to let it go. And then, which other? And then this came along, the Drunken, by none other than Dmitry Sienkiewicz, one of my favorite designers. And wow, this can Spyderco do high-end folder? Absolutely. This thing will surprise you. This thing is just absolutely awesome. And yeah, spoiler alert, before the first impressions, before the review, this thing is going to stay in the collection. And these two are gonna have to battle it out because they're head to head. Yeah, I know this one is more expensive, but it's not about price, but rather so many other characteristics. So, and you see, it starts getting more complex. So how many are enough? I don't know. I don't know how many you need. And of course, I always have to have a secondary blade with me. So this one was the one that accompanied me today, the laid back jack Gen 2 in this beautiful fat carbon, gorgeous, gorgeous sway back, right? So I don't know how many is enough, how much is enough. But I do know that there needs to be a balance, and that I'm looking for a balance. And so in that balance, I have too many. And they will leave the collection at some point, most of them. And perhaps my ideal in such case, if we continue, I don't know how long, but this YouTube path, perhaps to keep two models of each brand that I like, that I think worth having in the collection. And towards the end, it really should come to one blade that I think for me is the best of each brand. Now, which one would it be? Well, that only with time we'll find out. And I don't know if you'll go with me in this road, but if you do, then we'll find out together. So, how much is enough? We'll find out. Professor EDC out.